Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mediterranean long lines, as I call it, which means we dropped anchor in Dokos Island and we tied the stern of the catamaran to the rocks. And as you will see, during our courses, we do the drills in such a way that it will be a lesson regardless the conditions. That means you're going to observe we did it with the way that it can be executed only by two people, shorthand, but also you can execute this single hand. Let's go ahead and see the video.
You will know exactly what you expect, okay? You will know if there is ring, if there is rock, whatever, and the depth and everything.
At this stage over here, we have Anastasia on the rudder. She's a hostess that she wanted to become a skipper and she does it very well. And as you see, we approach bow first to the bay that we want to drop the long lines in order to see the area. We're going to check the depth, we're going to check the wind, we're going to check the rocks, the rings outside, because sometimes we have rings, and maybe we have other things on the land that we want to observe.
22 meters, we will drop approximately here, guys, and we will start going back, okay? A little bit more to starboard, Anastasia, so you have space to react, okay?
And here you can observe how close you can go with the boat, regardless of the boat, even with the monohull, because you have the depth counter at the bow and you can see the depth very clearly. And then we reposition the boat in order to drop the anchor. So the next step after the recognition is to drop the anchor. Let's go ahead and see all the process. At this stage over here, as you can see, we realized that the first dropping didn't work because we dropped at the descending bottom, and then we researched again. We found the deepest part of the gulf, and then we dropped the anchor properly to the maximum depth in order to have it to the ascending bottom. And here we are ready again to drop to the deepest part. The two crew are to the anchor, and our Capitana Anastasia, she's preparing to drop the anchor over there. And we start dropping, and you will see that then we will test the anchor to see if it's hooking to finalize the positioning of the boat.
Εδώ θες να πας. Keep dropping, don't stop it, yeah, keep dropping.
The wind at this specific moment is coming from the port quarter of the boat, port astern of the boat, and is pushing the boat to the corner that you see over here. That's why we're going to start targeting now. At this point, we're going to start targeting with the stern into the wind to stabilize the boat, stern into the wind. Fundamental move, guys. Stern to the wind, monohull or catamaran, doesn't matter.
Drop, Nicky. Keep dropping. Drop more, drop. Stop. I think it should be fine now. We'll see also. Nice, now it's pulling. Let's see.
Now it's pulling.
We'll see. It's not so easy because it's very short distance.
Έχει πιάσει,
Κάνε καλό ανάποδα. Έτσι.
After you got all the slack from the anchor by reversing smoothly, then you can progressively give a lot of RPM in order to test it. And of course you need to have your gypsy wheel adjusted so it can release the excessive force to the chain, guys. So it's okay to pull with the windlass as long as you have adjusted the gypsy wheel to release the extra pressure.
Because you're going to do this afterwards. Let it to me. I want to reposition and go over there.
Anchor is in the water, one person can drop the anchor, and the same person that dropped the anchor can lower the tender in order to go out with one long line inside the tender. We need to have one long line inside the tender, but unfortunately my crew didn't listen to me very carefully and they put both lines, which can lead to tanglement. And as you see here, we lower the tender always facing with the boat into the wind, otherwise the wind will push the tender under the boat. And it's okay to do that by having the anchor into the water. We set the anchor, we turn it to the wind, lower the tender, and that's it, guys. Let's go to see the whole process. Of course, the outboard of the tender should be tested before we lower it into the water. Start it for 3 seconds to be sure that it's working without damaging the impeller, and then you know that you have a tender. One of the operators of the line can disembark to the easiest position, and then he goes to be ready outside so we can approach with the tender and give the line to the proper windward position that we're going to engage it. And you see here how important it is to have only one line into the tender, guys, only the control line, the windward line. The next line can be, you can take it from the boat after you engage the windward line. And as you see now, the boat slowly is turning to the wind, and it is preparing for the reversing. When the control line is engaged, we're gonna meet in the middle in order to engage it to the cleat of the boat. At this exact point, it's very important for the boat operator to realize where does the wind come from and put the stern into the wind. And you see, we can hold the boat over there forever. And the next step is, after we engage the windward line out with round turn 2/2 hitches preferably, guys, don't do bow line outside. Then we can come and engage it to the boat. And as you see, the catamaran is stern into the wind. The anchor now doesn't have tension, guys. We have the anchor slack, as slack as possible, so it can follow the bow downwind, the stern upwind. And then the people with the tender, they found the ring outside, because at this point we have a ring, and we engage round turn 2/2 hitches the line outside, and then the tender ideally will reverse, so we will have the engine pulling the boat with reversing and the line operator letting the line go out as we go backwards and we want to approach the boat. And we target now the windward cleat of the boat. It's very important to understand that since we engage this line, then we can do all the rest of the steps very, very slowly, because the boat will be balanced 100%. And for the boat operator, something that you see, it didn't happen also here, but the ideal is to have one line inside the tender, and they will pass me only the end of the line outside of the boat and not the midsection of the boat, so I can pass it through the cleat directly and engage it as soon as possible. And after I engage it, you see, this is what I'm doing here now. It should have happened from the tender to pass me directly to the cleat and pass it through and pull all the line inside. In this way, I minimize all the risks of the line going into the propeller, because even the floating line, guys, can go to the propeller, especially if we're reversing hard for any reason, it can go to the propeller. The next step is for the operator of the line, which is me at this specific case, to speak with the Anastasia, which is the operator of the boat, to reverse hard in order to take as much slack as possible. And if I have the windward line engaged and the anchor is tight, that's why we reverse hard the boat to make the anchor tight, and we know that the anchor is holding because we tested earlier, then the boat actually is balanced and the job is done. And then as you see, after that the tender passes from the other way around to engage the leeward line. And you can understand that this can happen by only one person. The tender can be engaged to the stern cleat of the boat, and the operator of the tender can go up with the line and engage it, do the job that I did. You don't need more person to do this job. And from now on, whatever delay you're gonna see, all this time we are spending here is because they had both of the lines into the tender instead of having the second line to the boat, into the catamaran. So when the boat is balanced to the windward line and to the anchor, very simply, we use the line from the boat now to the ring outside or to the rock outside. We don't have to engage with it by going out with the tender first outside, which is a big drama. This can have tanglements, this can have confusion. So we engage the second line, the windward line, from the boat to the ring outside. This is the easiest way to do it.
Like with the boat, no?
And this is one more common mistake that you see over here. They pass me the midsection of the line. We pass the end of the line, guys. Remember, the end of the line. Otherwise, we create a lot of drama. And as you will see, I will pass all the line through and then I will start pulling to fix it on the cleat.
That's good. On your punch. Bravo. Success. This Anastasia. Easy, guys. What do you think?
Great. What about the other string?
So, bravo. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna secure the boat because our great concern is if a strong wind comes from here, if a strong wind comes from here, not to drift over there. So we're going to connect one extra line from midship of the boat to the rocks over there. So in case of strong wind, with a little bit forward, we hold the boat. Okay, guys? I land the drone and we go to do it together. Yeah.
I see that a lot, guys, that people believe that being a professional skipper is some kind of ultra high techniques like a pilot or I don't know what, but not at all. It's a matter of organizing everything in advance and being very good with the knots, with the lines and the small things that you need to know very well in order to finalize the maneuver and secure the boat eventually.
Yes.
To finally secure the boat with an extra third line, we used two normal lines, not floating lines. We connected with sheet bent and we put into the tender half of the length of the line and the other half is on the boat. And this is because we want to make the pulling very easily. We release for both sides, so we minimize the pulling of the line. And this is specifically very useful whenever we have a very small tender with a small engine or we go with the paddles instead of the engine. Last strong pull to the line and then we are secure. We can go for the barbecue now. And that was the Mediterranean long lines, ladies and gentlemen. And as you see, the students, even though that they knew from the very beginnings what was the step-by-step process, they did a lot of mistakes. Of course, I always let the students do their part without interruption. I interrupt only if it's necessary, and that because they need to realize what are the consequences of their small mistakes. And why I'm saying this? Because you're going to have your family and your friends on board that they will understand even less. So remember, explain them the simple things step by step, very accurately, guys. Don't let them go off track. And believe it or not, off track usually they go the experienced skippers because they already know a method that it's not necessarily wrong, it's the method that doesn't work well. So it's much harder to unlearn than to learn. So keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, and give clear instructions to your crew in order to help you and prepare everything in advance. Because you cannot let your rudder and go and correct them sometimes. This maneuver will be repeated also single-handed in the future, so if you want to support the channel, click the support button, and if you want to participate to our courses, you are more than welcome to apply for the Mediterranean Masterclass, monohull or catamaran. You're gonna have the link down below to check the availability, and see you on board very soon. Have a nice one.